What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Digital Life Connection. Today, we're bringing you WonderWoman. We're going to discuss a little bit about the movie, share our thoughts on it. We just came back from seeing the movie, and we're pretty pumped. But first, since this is our first video where we're showing ourselves and showing where our studio, we're going to talk about it for a second. It's
There's
empty.
a wall right there. There's a wall right there. There's actually some doors right here.
You can't see them, but yeah.
There's a door over here. There's a TV like right where you guys are standing, like right underneath you guys.
We're sitting, whatever you're doing.
But
we do have a Wonder Woman poster. It's crooked, but
he put it up.
Yeah, I put it up. And we got other stuff. We got this thing. I don't know what this thing is, but it's Wonder Woman. And
bring that other stuff in.
And we got cups.
Yes, no.
I got cups. But before we talk about the movie, I have 2 cups. Okay? Have you noticed the different size as I pulled this one out of this one? Now you're probably wondering, why do I have 2 cups that look exactly the same and one smaller than the other? See, that's the question I want to know. Now, I won't tell you where I got the smaller cup from, but the bigger cup I got from Synergy. So, and I think they were both the same price, but the one from Synergy had free unlimited refills. This one only had one with the receipt. So if you have a Synergy near you, go to Synergy. If you're going to get the cup. Better deal.
I have no idea where you brought that up. How
I had to let the people know.
This is
because if they go somewhere else, if they go somewhere else and they get the smaller cup, they're getting less liquid for the same price. Okay. It's not right. It's an atrocity. You can pay $6 for like 10 refills, while you pay like $50 and you get 1 free refill and all the other refills after that. I don't know.
Cool. Well, nice to get that out of the way.
Anyways, let's dive into the movie. What'd you think, Miguel?
What did I think? Boy, I thought a lot of stuff.
Did you?
While I was watching it, yes. Most importantly, she's freaking hot. I didn't think I was going to be that much into her. Yeah, she's my new crush. Officially, my new crush. Okay. Where should we start, though? I mean, overall, we were talking about, like, the DC, like, cinematic universe they have going on. They don't have a good track record.
That's true.
Batman v Superman was probably, like, the best one so far.
And that's just because it had Wonder Woman in it.
see? There's a correlation here going on. Gal Gadot's in the movie. It's gonna be good.
It's the only reason why I saw Batman v Superman.
But honestly, like, the pacing on this, like, in the story, felt a lot more well thought out. It just felt natural how they go from point A. Are we doing spoilers on this?
The what?
Are we doing spoilers?
We'll try to prevent them. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Free.
We will try to do spoiler free, but there's no promises. That's our disclaimer. There we go. Disclaimer.
Yeah. We could edit out the spoilers, but we're too lazy for that. But yeah, from like point A to point B, it just felt like everything flew naturally, unlike other movies, like in, let's say, Man of Steel, where all of a sudden it's like Superman becomes like Clark Kent in like the series. You know, it takes a while for him to like actually catch up, like learn how to use all his powers and whatnot, for him to actually become Superman. And then in that movie, all of a sudden, hey, I can do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There was a little deeper story on this as well, I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the first thing that like came to me is like I would really want to see this movie again. With Man of Steel, it was like a one and done. I was like, okay, that's great, but like, it's not something that really interests me to go see it again. You know, because sometimes when you see the movie a second time, you see things that you missed the first time. You're like, oh man, yeah, that's cool. And the same thing with Batman v Superman. Even though I did see it, I think I saw it I saw it twice.
I think I've seen it like 3
And
times.
the second time, I was just wanting it to be over. I was like, is this movie over yet? I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman's last scene already came on. So we need to wrap this up.
Wonder Woman's last scene of Batman.
Like the last important scene. Like the last scene where she's like being awesome and stuff.
You want to see her with that on.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman suit. Yeah, I think the action scenes or the fighting scenes, I think those were really done well in this movie. And I also like how with Wonder Woman, they brought the very, I would say, woman powering movie. Would you agree with that? Like it's a very, like Wonder Woman doesn't need a man for anything in this movie. Yeah. Like she just like goes out and just starts being awesome, and all the men are just kind of like, wait, what's going on? And so I like the movie. I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely a really good movie. It actually caught me by surprise because I knew from what I had seen in the trailers, I had hopes for this movie. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. The way the action is actually placed throughout the movie actually feels like, hey, they're not just fighting out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, and there's some good action on it. Like, the last fighting scene, I was not expecting it. I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, honestly, from what I had, like, in my brain going into the movie is like, yeah, they're gonna set up like her story, you know, and it's gonna be some cool like World War II or what is it? The First War or what kind of war was it? I don't know. It was a war. You would just
I think it was World War II.
You would think like it's like that, kind of like Captain America, the first Avenger, like the first that's kind of how I expected it was gonna go. It went a lot more like supernatural, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try. Hopefully, I can talk about this without like spoiling anything. Like sometimes in the final battle, like it's so like random. The hero turn around because like the hero will be getting their butt kicked, and then like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like something drastic happens, and like it kind of maybe does that. But I felt like they handled it better in a way that makes more sense.
Yeah, they did. Because it is that part, any movie nowadays, or any superhero movie, is like the hero is like pinned down, and you feel like they make it seem like they're not going to get out of it. Of course, something's about to happen. Yeah. But the way they set it on this one, it felt pretty...
Like in Batman v Superman, like, it seemed like...
Martha!
Yeah. Like, what? So, yeah, that was crazy. Going back to the action scenes, like, the action scenes are, like, very, I'd say, acrobatic looking. And I thought that was pretty cool. Acrobatic looking. Like, especially, like, when she's on, like, the island. And, like, they're all training and stuff. And the way they just, like, do awesome stuff.
The fight scene, whenever, like, the bad people start coming in, like, the first fight scene, I was like, damn. Like, if, like, all the women, like, from the WonderWoman, like, all the women, like, Amazons live in an island, right? If they were to all go into war, that would be pretty fun to watch. Because that was some amazing, like, stunts they pulled in.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
For as small but short period of time there were, I do gotta say though, I hate Chris Pine now. How dare he touch her?
Oh my god.
The way he did.
You know she's married, right?
I know she's also, I think she had a baby while she was making this movie. And she looks so good.
That's impressive. And I also like how, let's talk about her as the character. I really like how, like, her army training since she was part of the Israeli army. Like, she has experience in war and things surrounding war. So I thought that was pretty unique in being able to bring part of that war side out of Wonder Woman as that character. And also, I was actually surprised when they first casted Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, because when I first heard they're making a Wonder Woman movie, I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to try to over-sexualize the character. Because I heard rumors that, like, Megan Fox is going to be Wonder Woman. And
it's not like nobody else thought that whenever they, like,
yeah,
Gal Gadot. Because, like, come on, she's
hot, but how do I put this? Like, the way they present, like, the way she presents herself as Wonder Woman and the way they presented her in this movie and in Batman v Superman, it's a very classy, I would consider it a very classy sexy instead of trying to overdo it. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. That'd be my opinion. And I liked how they did that because nowadays they're trying to over-sexualize everything just for sales. Which I mean, works. I guess it does work. I'm guilty. It's unfortunate.
And I mean, honestly, here's the thing. When it came to, like, the first part of the movie, okay, so seeing her in Batman v Superman, I was like, that's pretty cool. I was not impressed, but I was like, that's pretty cool, Like, she's not that bad. I mean, some people made it seem like she was really bad, and in my opinion, she wasn't. And then at the beginning of the movie, the way that the character... So it turns out, it starts with a little girl, then it goes to a teenager, and then to the present time, which is like Gal Gadot's age, and then that point, the way she was presented kind of seemed a little bit... I was not impressed by her. Well, I guess in her acting, I would say, like, the way she presented the character seemed a little bit, like, over the top. But it's not until it got later on the movie that I realized that was the character they were going for, mm-hmm. and it made sense how they were doing it. I was like, this, like, Wonder Woman, I feel where she's coming from. I know why the way she is. At first, it just seemed like they're doing this, like, they obviously don't know what they're doing with the character. I don't have I'm not very knowledgeable with the comics. Neither am I with the comics either. So I don't know how accurate that was. I've seen a couple of cartoons, and the couple of cartoons I've seen, I think I saw the Justice League movie. I think it was called War. It was one of the latest ones, or I guess like 2010s and up. I don't know. And for some reason, that character isn't, like, in my brain. So whenever I saw the first part, I was like expecting that, but it doesn't quite get there. And I'm not disappointed by it. I like the character towards the end of, like, after the first half, I was, like, understanding exactly why she was the way she was. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Because, like, the end of the movie kind of reconnects to what she was saying at the beginning of the movie. She has a completely different mindset and understanding mm-hmm. of how things are in, I don't want to say the real world, but in the world instead of just secluded on her island. Which I thought that was pretty cool.
I think I guess minor spoiler alert, but, like, so you know how at the beginning it shows her, like, it gives her, like, a present day, like, because that movie, mm-hmm. the whole movie is basically set on, like, back in, like, what, 1950 something?
I don't know what century that was.
It was a long time ago. And it's set more towards, like, the Batman time now. So at the beginning of the movie. And then it does the same thing towards the very end of the movie. And I'm trying to figure out because I know we already have trailers for Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out if those scenes are actually on par with like Justice League to where it actually connects. Like the same scene is gonna be in Justice League because the way it seemed is like because the whole movie is just a flashback.
Right.
So I'm assuming that's part of, because in the ending, like, she mysteriously goes off to fight some, I don't know, she's on her suit and just flies off. That's all I can say.
I think.
And it makes me think maybe it's part of Justice League as well.
I don't think it's part of Justice League. It's part of. It connects back to Batman v Superman. Because that email that she sent, there's an email she sends to Bruce that is in Batman v Superman. I think
that was different. I think
was it a different email?
I remember the part where they're emailing themselves, but I don't think that's how it went. I think this is after.
It's after Batman v Superman?
Mm-hmm.
It might be.
But Justice League, you gotta catch up with this movie because this was pretty epic.
This was.
Unfortunately, more epic than Batman v Superman, which is disappointing because to me that's like that should have been
that
the
one,
movie.
That should have been. I think I saw this like captioned. I didn't read the review, but I saw it captioned, and I feel like it's correct that this movie did what Superman couldn't, and even didn't, and even what Batman v Superman didn't. And let's talk about that. With this movie, so far, I think this is the best movie. Starting with, if we start with Superman or Man of Steel to now, from that's been released, that they've released, because this is way better than Man of Steel.
Oh,
in my opinion,
dude.
And way better than Batman v Superman.
I didn't mind Man of Steel, but mainly because like the action was kind of cool, and it reminded me of Dragon Ball. Like, come on. Except Goku doesn't destroy buildings. Come on. But but like the action was fun in Man of Steel. What it lacked was like the story, like the development, and how everything, like how the whole like plot is like planned out throughout the movie. I was not a big fan. And yeah, this movie just blew away both of those two other movies.
Now here's an interesting topic I want to get into. I believe this movie will put DC, they can continue to do what they did here, on the map to compete with Marvel.
I don't think it can compete.
You don't think it can?
Yet, at least. Yes.
Because Marvel haven't put a mainstream female, and I feel like that's what DC has an up on.
I see that.
Marvel already has like a set going. I mean, they have so much traction. It would be hard to compete with Marvel right now. I can see where you're coming from, but I think this was the right step for them.
It was the right step.
Making a main movie about one of their main heroes, and doing the female WonderWoman, because Marvel doesn't have that right now.
They don't, but they do have plenty of women already on their movies.
They do.
On every single movie, they'll have someone. That's true. And
like Gamora. Gamora's awesome.
Oh, I was gonna go more for like Black Widow or like the Wasp, or but like even with this movie being as great as it was, I don't think it like gets them even close to what Marvel's been doing. Look at all the movies they have already behind them. Like people, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who don't care for WonderWoman just because all the other ones were not that good. Now they're probably gonna change their minds once they see like a bunch of reviews going like, "Oh, this film is awesome," but Marvel, their track record, like
Yeah, they have a pretty good track record.
They're doing, they're setting. I mean, they've been working on this since like 2008.
Yeah,
like
this the universe they've built so far.
DC has one good film since when did they start this? And but
I guess it's a good point.
It'll. I have faith that they'll hopefully catch up. I'm not from what I've seen on Justice League. I'm not too impressed on the trailers, but I'm a little more hopeful because of this movie. So hopefully they'll catch up because DC does have some pretty good I get stories that I wish they could retell through the movies.
Yeah.
Marvel's already with Thanos, getting set up for Thanos. DC's still working on their origins. So probably by the time they get to a big who's the biggest villain in DC? Yeah, no one cares. But hopefully when they get to that point, we'll all be winners, to be honest. It's not about Marvel versus DC, it's just about us watching those movies.
I guess that's a good point. Enjoying the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the storyline being very, of course it's going to be Greek mythology based. I feel like you could. She's not. I feel like you could. How do I put this? Subtly. Yeah. I feel like.
I feel like you're gonna have to.
I feel like you can. Some of the points in there could be paralleled to the real world. Basically, the whole struggle is good and evil, and love and hate was talked about and stuff like that. I feel like that was very how they portrayed it was pretty good for the movie, but you could also take that in. It can kind of be true for the real world as well, which is depending on how you look at it. Which is I liked. That's how I viewed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, they definitely what I like about movies nowadays is they'll do something to relate to whatever state we are in the real world. What was the movie? What movie was it? I just saw it recently. Oh yeah, Logan. Whenever I saw Logan, and they had this whole thing going on of of course, I felt there was a lot of immigration kind of stuff going on,
Yeah.
Where from my background, I know a lot, Yes. I also had to be driven from who knows where. No, I'm just kidding. But because movies like that, they have little things to where it's everything that is going on in the country or around the world, they'll somehow do representations on the movies, which this movie I feel like it did a lot of it.
Yeah. We'll wrap it up. Do you have anything else you can think of? To tell the people?
She's awesome.
She's pretty awesome as WonderWoman.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I should sit back over here and just with my. She's my new waifu.
Okay. Yeah. So, should we give it a score? Should we give it a 20 out of 10?
20 out of 10?
20 out of 10?
Let's see. From, see, this is tough because I haven't really thought about it. I do want to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
For sure, before I make it come on. But right now, I think it would stand at a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I could agree with that.
It could go up from my second time seeing it, maybe.
Like to 20 out of 10?
Yeah.
Definitely could see that.
But I doubt that it'll go down. If it goes down, it'll go down to an 8.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's at least an 8. Can't be any less than that.
I don't know if right now I'm just saying this because of all the hype. I should probably get close to the mic.
Yeah, you probably should. You're probably like really faint. Nobody's gonna be able to hear you.
I'm sorry, guys.
They're just gonna see your mouth moving, and they're gonna be like,
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
Yes,
I could agree with that. I agree with that. I'll go with that. All right, guys. We'll wrap this up.
No, choose
What?
your own. You can't say the same
But
thing.
I would agree with
said.
that.
No, you
8.6
can't
out of
agree
10.
with that.
All right.
Wonder Woman does not agree with this.
Wonder Woman does not approve.
No, she's so cute. Let me put it closer to her.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Alright, fine. I'll go with
Let's
like
wrap it up.
I'll raise it
You're
up to 9.
This
9 out of 10.
No, he's gonna
9 stars out of 20.
You heard him. He was
Wait,
gonna
out
do
of 10?
8.5.
I was gonna do 20 stars out of 10.
The what?
What?
You're gonna do what?
What?
Oh, I hate it.
Alright, guys. Wonder Woman is in theaters now. Make sure you go see it. It's an awesome movie. Hope you enjoyed this discussion / review. Hope you learned something from it. If you're on the fence, hopefully it pushes you to go see the movie.
And we are planning on doing more movie reviews. It's not gonna be just video games.
Yeah.
I think we're still planning on. I don't know if we're gonna do anything else besides that. At the moment, I think it's just video games and movies.
Yeah.
Movies, like for sure.
For sure. Like, you can expect us to do some major, like, summer movies for the summer. And we'll definitely,
up,
definitely Spider-Man.
Up,
Definitely
comic book.
Thor,
mayhem.
Ragnarok, and Justice League, of course. Those are just a few. And we may do some other, maybe not as high blockbuster.
Yeah, maybe
movies.
not.
Like Cars 3?
Wait.
What?
That's gonna be a solo review. Maybe.
Instead of Wonder Woman, we'll just have a post of Lightning McQueen right there.
Yeah.
Like, ka-chow.
And that's gonna be his waifu.
Wait, what?
But yeah. I think that about wraps it up.
Alright, yeah, that wraps it up. Wonder Woman's in theaters. Make sure you go see it. Later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace.